Welcome to Creativ Convos with Victoria M. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Creativ Convos. I appreciate you all joining and supporting us. We are having a lot of fun being able to connect with you all and others who have been an intricate part of the magazine. Today, we have Miss Daniela.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing? Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you. No, I'm so excited. I'm usually, like I was telling Karen, I'm used to interviewing other people, so I'm not used to being asked questions. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm a little excited. Well, a lot excited. I thought
you are fine.
Thank you. I thought maybe just to calm the nerves down a little bit, we could take a shot together. How does that sound?
Okay.
And it'll probably get us. It's gonna get us right into the millennial liquor-esque of things.
All the untraditional interviews. I'm ready.
That's what we're all about. Okay.
All right.
Oh, you're doing.
So
what are you doing? Reposado?
Yes.
You're doing reposado? Yes. I'm doing blanco just because that's what I had closest to me. I'm a little
That's all I have.
All right. I know you're
ready?
in Tennessee, but yeah, but let's do it in Miami fashion. You know the pa arriba,
Yes.
pa arriba, pa abajo, pa el centro, pa adentro. Oh.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's still
That's the
morning.
I know.
I'm ready now.
This is afternoon, midday.
Midday.
That's so bad.
This is like brunch. Falls under the brunch category.
Exactly. So let's get into this. So just so everyone can understand, Daniela, you are a owner of Millennial Liquors. You created that business and the location of it?
We're located in South Florida, so Miami.
Nice. And so you, as a young woman who is in her 20s, an entrepreneur, please let us know how this all started for you.
How it all started. Okay, let's talk about Millennial Liquors in general. We are a company that serves the entertainment industry with catering, cocktail catering, which is just a little fancy way for bartending. And then we also do mixology courses. Now, if we really want to get to the nitty gritty of Millennial Liquors as a whole, our actual, like where our heart stems from is in the community. So being a millennial, as you can imagine, as you can live through it yourself, it's tough. You know, from the 1980s, moving forward, life as we knew it completely changed. It was definitely not the life that our parents lived. So we were kind of just thrown into this race and said, pretty much figure it out on your own. What I've been trying to do with the company, and I think I've accomplished pretty well behind the scenes, is I've gotten together with professionals of all scopes of work, and whether it be, you know, like a real estate agent, and they come on the show and we make really cool cocktails together and talk about tips that will help you in maybe saving up for a house, or, you know, what is the first investment that you should make, or psychologists. We talk about mental health a lot, which is important. And
that's interesting.
Yeah,
right.
Just every scope of life. We've had Melba Pearson. She's well known here in South Florida. She was running for district attorney. She was on the show, and right before the voting was coming along, and she talked about all the changes that she had and what she wanted to provide to our community. So things like that. And, you know, what better way to talk about kind of like these serious subjects than over cocktails, like something that's fun and casual.
Exactly. For that to be, especially when you said like therapy, that's such a
it's tough. It is. And don't get me wrong, like, drink safely, drink responsibly, but it's a way to not make it feel so uncomfortable. You know, you're talking about these tough subjects, so we want to make it as comfortable as possible with, you know, with these types of things.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I noticed. I used to live in Miami for a very long time.
Yeah.
That's how I became a part of the magazine, Creative Magazine. And I think what I noticed in Miami, the culture around cocktails and alcohol, it became very normal for me because you had access to it, not in a bad way, I don't want to say it's in a bad way, but you had access to it like everywhere.
Yes.
So it was kind of like a normalized thing. Wherever you went, you knew you could grab wine or a quick cocktail. I mean, wherever you went. So now that I came back home, it's slowly getting like that, more of a beer, because now we're back into, middle America. Beer is available everywhere, but still, I think it's interesting that now we're in a space where millennial and entrepreneurs like yourself are offering these untraditional ways of us to connect and gather. Although, drinking cocktails amongst the group has always been something that's been popular. I mean, going back to Prohibition, but it's like now at this time frame, we're making it untraditional. You're in spaces that people will be looking at you like, cocktails, what? So I think that is great. It's not a taboo as much as it used to be anymore. Sitting around drinking and enjoying yourself. As long as it's all done responsibly, and you can have honest conversations. We all understand the concept of liquid courage.
Liquid courage, opinion. That's right.
So, I mean, it's the best truth serum to me.
Yeah, I mean.
And so, yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. I mean, talking about the taboos that were around liquor before, we're in a space where we care a lot about our bodies as a whole. It's all about self-love. And if you come and think about it, really, when you make your cocktails at home, and just like even like the food from a restaurant or anywhere else, when you make your cocktails at home, you know exactly what's going in it. You're putting the best ingredients possible. And we tend to cater towards like the fancy smancy cocktails. And that's what I love making with people, because you're not only going to get that in a restaurant, like it becomes even more of a community feel when you feel like you can do these things at home. Yeah, so the taboo comes to, let's love ourselves, give ourselves the best that we possibly can in a responsible way.
Exactly. I feel like making a cocktail is a part of my self-love routine.
Yes.
Whenever I'm feeling in the mood,
You put a mask on, watch a movie. Give yourself a little drink.
Cute and simple. Cute.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be super intricate.
Exactly. It could just be really simple, but it's nice and interesting when like you can create one at home and you do all the little cute glitzy stuff that they do at the bars and add in the fruit and stuff. It's real cute. It's enjoyable. Yeah,
it's real cute, and if you think about it, it's very simple. It looks harder than it actually is, and I love being able to bring that to other people and see like, you could do this too. You don't have to go and pay $12-15 for it at the bar.
Okay. Now, what have been your challenges? You have a lot of hats. As we talked about before, you're an entrepreneur, you're out here working as well, and then you're still pursuing education. Yes. So how have you been able to overcome those challenges, all those hurdles? I know most people, where do you find the time?
You don't sleep. That's the key. Don't sleep. No. Yeah, like you said, I do carry several hats. So I pretty much do work a full-time job. I'm in the construction industry. I've been in it pretty much my whole adult life. Before I was an adult, I started as an intern at 15 and just haven't stopped since. But in a way, and I am still chasing my career, which falls hand in hand, with my daytime job, call it. But I've always had a knack for creativity, and this was a cool way. So the challenges, the way that I've overcome them is, taking them as opportunities. It's the way that you look at things and being able to, manage all of the different realms of your life and putting your mental health first. It's not easy all the time, carrying all these things on your plate, but as long as I feel like you are in a good mental state, and you can handle a lot more than you think. So taking care of myself mentally is for keeping the boats afloat. Yes.
No, definitely. You have to take care of yourself first before you can continue to take care of others or to take care of other things that you have going on. Because if you break down,
everything's coming down with me.
Like, everything's breaking down with you. So, like, and that just goes back to what we're talking about, self-love, taking that moment to enjoy something that you love to do, even that's creating a cocktail, or that's like, you know, talking with friends or something like that. It's always important to just take care of self.
Yeah. And
so before we jump off, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, something that you talked about, self-care and just handling the different hats. I mean, that I think that's why I love the community that I built around Millennial Liquors, is it makes adulting just a little bit easier. You know, we talked about the Miami lifestyle where it's very competitive and, you know, everybody's always out drinking and stuff, but you don't really find a lot of people, like a lot of mentors just, you know, out on the street physically. You can find them online and, you know, follow them and maybe join them on their own journey, as long as, you know, you're willing to follow in their footsteps. But it's a cool space. It's a cool space to just adult a little bit easier, make that transition.
Yeah. And just adult, connect, and feel comfortable. Like, there's so many times,
hello, woozy.
You know, it was so many times being sprung into environments I just feel uncomfortable. And so, you know, like you said, having a community, having individuals that, you know, you all have like the same mindsets, it helps. So before you jump off though, I do want you to let us know what we can get in contact with Millennial Liquors. And also if you could give us a simple cocktail recipe that we can take home.
Oh, I love that. Okay, well, you can actually reach us at millennialliquors.com. The website is actually not live right now. It's under the works, but it'll be very, very exciting. I'm hoping to launch at beginning of May, and we actually have in the actual website, you'll be able to find cocktail recipes, different seasonal drinks, tips of all sorts. And you talked about prohibition and speakeasies kind of like go hand in hand. So there's a section called Speakeasy, which is where you'll find all the interviews with these different types of people and all the different types of advice that you can find while making cocktails.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you said a cocktail to take with you. Let's see. One of my favorites is I love drinking tequila. As you can tell, it's midday and we're drinking tequila. So something that's relatively just very easy and is very refreshing, which is so important in Miami because it's so hot all the time. I'll leave you with a paloma. So a paloma is traditionally... Yes! Awesome. Okay. So it tends to be equal parts. It would be tequila, lime, and then grapefruit soda. And then to that you can add grapefruit, you can add oranges, you can add lime, and usually you rim it with chamoy, which is like a spicy gum paste, and then you dip it in some tajin, which is salt and lime and chili powder all mixed together. So it's like spicy but refreshing at the same time. It's one of my favorites and one of my go-tos during spring, summer.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to make sure to take that cocktail recipe and use it this weekend.
Okay, awesome.
But thank you so much, Daniela, for joining us for this conversation. It was so nice speaking with you and just hearing about what you have going on, what you're doing with your community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And you can check us out on Instagram, Millennial Liquors as well. So you can get some of those recipes right now. You don't have to wait for the website.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Victoria.
Yes, of course. Thank you all so much for joining Creativ Convos, and stay tuned for the next episode. Until next time, creatives, thanks for joining in on Creativ Convos.